Oh,
if that's okay with you.
yeah.
You're busy watching turtles or something?
To be fair, I can't see that you're live, so.
Well, it should be live now. So, for today, we are going to take a look at some water bears, some lichen, and some mosses. And I just want to start off with this water bear that we have. And I collected this from a stick that fell into my driveway that was covered with lichen. And um, the uh, the sample has a bunch of water bears in it, and um, oh, actually, maybe this was one that Pacific Plankton sent us that we found, because this one was like, you know, when it was around, it was dead, and then I marked it on a slide, didn't put any cover slip on it, and I just let it dry, like air dry. And because this one was already dead, normally when they're living and they're plump, when they dehydrate, they will curl up into kind of a little ball. And on one of the stubs that we have, I also have another water bear that we got from Pacific Plankton that's curled up into a little ball. So it's referred to as their tun state, T-U-N, tun state. And so when that happens, they basically end up in this little sort of, roly-poly shape. And hopefully it stayed on the stub that we created, but I transferred it on there earlier today. And for water bears that are not living when they die, they just basically, dehydrate. And so the water all came out of it. And now it looks like a little trash bag with clawed feet and a vacuum cleaner nose.
He looks pathetic.
He looks pathetic. It just looks like a police outline of the situation here.
His little claws, he's like.
Somebody killed the water bear, and the police have come and they've traced an outline around it, and we have that outline.
His poor little snoot.
Yeah, so the nice part about this is water bears usually are moving around a lot, and so you don't get like a nice good look at them. And this one is now forever coated in gold, so it's blinged out.
It is dead, though. So it can't even enjoy the life.
Does it need to enjoy it to have it actually be good for it?
Yeah. Yes?
Whoa. So one of the cool things about that, of course, is it doesn't have that normal plump water bear shape, but it's in the scanning electron microscope.
Can you zoom out a little bit?
Could I zoom out?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I certainly can.
Just for like 1 second.
What would you like to look at?
That's our next emote. Is him with his little eye lying there dead on the ground like a mole.
Aww. Does he have an eye?
He's got the little fake eye.
Oh, he's got like
a pseudo eye.
An eye mark.
Mm-hmm. He's like.
Alright, so one of the things that's nice about this is it gets us a chance to actually look at the water bear closely, and very closely, for the scanning electron microscope. And of course it's not doing its little like baby kick, like helpless baby on a bicycle look that it usually has, because it's dead. But it was dead when we started, so I view that as a positive. I haven't killed anything at this point. We only gold coated something that was already dead. The other sample that we have that actually has one in its tun state, I'm afraid it's not coming back from that. So it went into stasis and now it's stuck. But you can see water bears have 8 legs, and usually their back 2 legs are sort of graspy legs, and then their middle 3 legs, or their first 3 legs, in sets, are the ones that they use to kind of walk around or grope around at stuff, and then the very simple organisms, relatively speaking. and we can't really see the internal organs anymore because we gold coated it. But we could get a nice clean look at the skin.
Look at his little tummy. It's like rectangular shape at the bottom there.
Yeah. Here?
Yeah.
This thing?
Pacific Plankton says boop the snoot, and do you know for sure that it won't come back?
I know for sure it won't come back. Who said that? Pacific Plankton?
Mm.
Yeah, this one is gone. And when I looked at it in the microscope, so it started with these looking at it in a light microscope.
Is this the first one that we saw last night?
No, I told you I wasn't going to put that one into gold plating.
Good.
That one is still on a slide in the lab. Somewhere. But I could get a little closer with the SEM, so I'm going to move us up. Because we don't need a lot of depth of field. And we might want to get a nice, clean, close look at the skin.
He's going to be the next Mallory's monster.
Who says?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Does someone else have to say it for it to be valid?
No.
Yeah. I keep questioning squid. I don't want squid arm. I want Mallory's monster.
Squid arm.
Kept pressing the wrong emote.
Oh.
Failure. Look at him. Do you think those would hurt?
Well, it's too small for it to hurt you.
Hey,
Because...
Mama Bonbon.
Hey, Mama Bonbon.
Everyone's got cool emotes but us.
What?
No, that's not what I meant.
We have some of the coolest emotes on Twitch.
No,
What are you talking about?
No, that's not what I meant. I meant we have sciencey ones that are cool, but they have like cats that are screaming and stuff.
Oh, well, that's so much better.
Oh man, I'm never gonna make this count.
You're fired. Let's boop this snoot, as Pacific Plankton says.
Seeky Wisdom says.
Hey, Seek.
Screaming person, chair, fire, heart, Jesus.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Whoa, are those his teeth?
We're looking right into its mouth.
Into its gaping maw.
And, I don't think those are teeth. They're like, little things that go around its mouth to help it, like, suction things in.
So, like teeth?
Well, teeth are for chewing.
Yeah.
And I don't think it actually chews its food. I think it just newts it.
Maybe they're taste buds.
Newts it into the snoot.
It newts its snoot.
And...
Pacific Plankton said gaping maw. O'Break said, hi, I never thought I'd catch one of these. Insomnia, huh? Oh yeah, don't you live on, like, the other side of the world?
Oh, you gotta actually... You mean you caught the, SEM strain. Nice. I thought we saw Ubrik in here. I guess maybe we just see him at night.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It looks like it has nubs.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of...
The little teeth in here?
Yeah, I think so. That's what Pacific Plankton said. There's a lot of, like, words coming around, like nub, teeth, gaping maw. Words that I don't use on a daily basis, but I think we should use more of. Where you'll slowly be digested for 1,000 years.
Oh, yeah, like in Star Wars.
Oh, you're in Australia.
Yeah.
It's 4:20 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
I love the Australians. Wonderful people.
Well, you picked a good one, Ubrik, because we've got this tardigrade on the SEM, and we're currently looking at its little teeth nubbings, vacuumy mouth teeth nubbings,
And
and
smaller?
What do you mean?
You look miniature.
what's going on?
I think I'm having a stroke.
Oh, cool.
Well, you're talking, so that's good.
The world feels like I
Do
feel
you
like,
smell toast?
I don't know what that means. You know, like when you
You don't
have,
know
like,
what toast
tunnel
is?
vision? Tunnel vision, that's what it is. That's why you look so small.
Okay.
It's probably fine.
Thank
Anyway.
you. I guess.
Let's see what happens when I slow the beam down a little. And beam intensity.
Good day, mate. Good day.
Our normal beam intensity. Oh, are you embarrassing us?
No, they're saying hello to each other in Australian.
Are
say
they?
Good day, yeah. I don't know if you knew that.
I've never heard that before.
You never heard that?
No.
They also call each other, like, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before
Really?
either. No.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just live with my head buried in the sand.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought so.
Like that bird that's from someplace.
A cartoon?
Yeah.
Enhanced. Scientific and cultural Twitch stream.
Isn't that the way all of our streams are?
Yeah,
I bring the science, and Mallory brings the
the culture.
whatever skincare.
Speaking of skincare, guess what's
Oh,
coming in
boy.
the mail
Oh,
tomorrow?
gosh.
You got stickers from Redbubble.
I'm ordering them soon.
You should have ordered them yesterday when there's free
I'm
shipping.
very-
There was free shipping.
There's free shipping every time for orders over a certain dollar amount.
It was free shipping on all orders.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the if you buy 10 or more stickers, you get them all
You're
half
gonna buy
off.
10 stickers?
Hmm?
You're gonna buy 10 Diatom stickers?
It gets down to the price of like 5 when you like have
You
the
jack the
discount.
price up high enough, the price gets lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I might as well get 10 instead of 5 if they're gonna be the
Did
same
you do some
price.
sort of like calculus equation to figure out where
Maybe.
the
Listen.
peak, where the appropriate amount is, where you spend the least amount of money for the most amount of discount?
Yes. I don't know what you just said, but yes. I do. I like make an Excel spreadsheet. I'm about to make an Excel spreadsheet to figure out what I want to do, like career-wise now, and I'm gonna have
Oh.
a rating system. I'm gonna be
Oh.
interviewing you soon. So if I start asking questions randomly out of nowhere, please answer them honestly.
What do I need to say to dissuade you?
Dissuade me from what?
Whatever career you think you might have with me.
Oh my god! Anyway, back to my Amazon order.
I want to know what not to say.
God. Oh my god, you're screwed. Anyway, I ordered snail mucin. It's
What?
like a serum or something
What?
with like snail slime, and you put it on your face, and it's like good or whatever.
What's
I'll-
good about snail slime on your face?
I don't know.
And answer to the camera.
I've spent literal weeks with it sitting in my cart. I've been doing research on it. Apparently it helps with fine lines, and I don't have dark spots.
You have lines?
And it helps with hydrating, which my skin gets dry really easily.
Have you ever thought about just putting a live snail on your face and letting it crawl around? Or like slugs?
Nay.
We got some tardigrades from my driveway, but my driveway also sometimes supplies us
I
with
should
these
rub-
giant slugs.
Really?
Yeah, they're like this long sometimes.
Yeah.
And then my dog steps on them every time. I come
Why
out,
does he
I
do that?
because I bring my dog out to go to the bathroom, and I see the slug.
There's everywhere to step but the snail.
Yeah.
But he chose the
It
slug.
steps right on the slug every time. I'm like, come on, Loki. On the slug?
Plankton said sweetheart, and Tropical Geek said Mallory, Eleanor, and he spelled Eleanor right.
Hey!
That's like a first person. Well, I mean, he
Wow.
added like 1,000 R's, but
I love it. Oh, he put in a Jeffrey too.
Oh, really? Did
Oh
it
my
spell
God.
Jeffrey right?
he did.
Hey!
He added like 5 E's
They.
to emphasize it.
He, the, a, it.
Let's call him
Dirty
The.
Smith's here.
the Tropical Geek. You
Hey,
don't
Dirty
need snails.
You know what we're looking at today is Waterbear, and this is the Waterbears Newt Newt.
Good day, Dirty Smith.
I say good
Anyway,
day, sir.
I should rub my face on the driveway.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I would recommend it, except for I don't want you to know where I live still.
I'll just rub
Because
my
you
face
might
on
come
every-
over and rub your face on my driveway, and then my neighbors will be like, "What's this?"
I'll rub my face on every driveway until I get like scheme benefits, and that's when I know it's your house.
Oh my goodness.
I'll look in the windows too, just to be sure.
It's gonna go well.
This is becoming a comedy channel skit. That's every freaking day, dude.
Yeah.
Someone
It's,
has been
it's the
doing it.
culture part and skincare that Mallory's bringing.
Thank you.
And, Rarg.
Real question.
This tardigrade and that mouth is amazing.
Are these the guys that can survive in space?
Yes. Water bears are capable of surviving really high radiation and can handle being in a vacuum, but only in their ton state, in their like hibernation state, basically. And they are, when they're in that state, they're not like a normal animal. They don't move around. They're just encysted, basically. And water bear. And they're invulnerable to many things in that state. pH, pressure, high pressure, low pressure. But that's not to make you think that water bears are invulnerable, because they aren't. In fact, when they're living and they're in their living state, they're actually quite vulnerable. And you could just, squish them, basically. Or expose them to radiation and kill them, which, water bear, newt. I feel like that's a accurate
It looks
description.
much like a, in Mario, where there's flowers, and they have faces.
Do you mean Mario, like Super Mario the video game?
Literally any of them, they're like in all of them.
Oh, okay.
They're like the little flowers that have teeth.
Yes.
And they like move around, they like dance like this.
Yes.
That kind of.
They live in a flower pot.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, they're flowers, so. They live in a flower pot.
I mean, not all flowers live in flower pots.
I'm gonna have to disagree. Arguably, the world is one big flower pot. Well, it's kind of like a fairy garden. That, like, you put little houses in a fairy garden, little decorations. You know what I'm talking about?
You live
right?
in a fairy garden?
My grandma makes fairy gardens.
Oh, does she?
Mm-hmm.
One of our neighbors does that.
Really?
Yeah, maybe you could go rub your face on their driveway.
I'm gonna. Well, I don't know if I do that. Oh, that's its skin. It's a little skin. Dirty Smith says crows can survive in space. Cons squishable. Yes. Tropical Geek says, oh, apparently Pacific Plankton had a big raid the other day.
She did have a big raid, yeah. She got 100 people or something in there for a little while.
Flowers in a garden are not in a pot. That's a matter of perspective.
Whoever said that, I agree.
Does Tropical Geek? Does Tropical Geek stream?
No. They just watch streams.
Oh my gosh, Dangling!
Is Dangling here?
Eyes. Yeah. Oh, and Dell's here.
Hi, Del. Look, we got a water bear. And I'm going to zoom out just a little farther so we can make... he's got like a... I don't think that's actually an eye. I think that's just a rip in the skin. But it does make it look like he's going... Newt, newt. Like, super nuding. Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it also looks like he's got a unicorn horn.
Can you get the face, please, 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 please?
Get
please,
the what?
Please. Get the face right there, please.
This face?
Yeah, in an email, please, please, please.
This
please.
face?
Yeah, please.
What did you think I was doing?
I don't know. That you're just looking at it and then you're going to move on?
Yes. That's what I'm doing. But first I'm going to take a picture.
Dell is sad because his work phone rang as soon as he joined.
Well, there's always the video on demand where you can back it up and listen to scintillating conversation from Mallory, like, please, 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 get the face, please, 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 get the face.
Oh, I should be a rapper.
I think we should just turn that into a techno song. We just add a little beat to it, and then please get the face is going to be the next hot hit. And it's especially good with the mask on, You got your mask on?
Someone said something up here. Do you leave gifts for the fair folk? I throw bread outside sometimes.
Outside of where? Your house?
Yeah, and if it's like expired, I'll throw it out for like the raccoons or the birds
Oh, yeah.
or something.
My recommendation is that you throw out some ham right now because it is practically Crowember, and
It's insane how many are out there. It's wild.
Terre Haute is like a crow hotspot.
If you look, you like think you're in a horror movie.
They flock to Terre Haute in November, and they start showing up just like the last week or two of October, and the skies are black with crows, and they just are everywhere. But they roost not far from my house.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can go out and just take pictures of this field, and it's just full of crows. Like, the whole ground is black, and the skies are black, and the trees are all black from the crows.
I love, well, we walk into my car around like 6, 7, and there'll be someone who's still like driving around shooting off flares or like fireworks
Oh
to scare them
yeah,
off.
you should explain that to.
Oh, so crows have like toxic, what?
They have toxic?
They have like toxic poop, but it's not really poop because it's
Toxic poop?
It's like pee. Or
I don't think
urine
you're
or
supposed to eat that.
whatever. You're not supposed to. No. Well,
Do you rub it on your face?
Yeah!
I'm just asking.
Um.
Chat wants to know.
No! Dropping on the cliff. You want me just going, please, 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 please.
Get the face.
Well, no. Oh, man.
Dirty Swiss said moisturizer to
Yeah,
the...
yeah, moisturizer.
Crow
A little toxic, but if you rub a little slime from a snail on it afterwards, it cleans it right up.
Guys.
I'm just gonna give me a second while I change our category to skincare.
What they're saying? What are you doing on your own time? Is this the American swooping season? No pain, no gain. Listen, let me finish my crow story.
I'm waiting.
So the crows have like really toxic pee. So
Is it the pee or the poop?
they're only peeing. Wait, no, they're pooping, but it's full of urea.
Doesn't
so
it
it's
come
a
out the
liquid.
same hole for birds?
Yeah, there's like no distinction. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's like a pee poo.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's a number 3.
The point is, it's like toxic. It's like corrosive to stuff or whatever. So, and they like to roost on top of the 2 big towers that we have, or the 4 big towers that we have on campus.
Yes.
So, there's like people who work here who drive around and shoot off flares or like things that go bang.
It's a like a group of people who have appointed themselves like Crow Patrol.
Yeah, and they just
And
set
they
them off.
shoot fireworks off at the crows, not at them, but
Yeah.
in their general
The
area.
crows don't get hurt or anything. It just the noise scares them away. So then they're constantly flying across campus, like like in big giant flocks, literally hundreds of them. It's crazy. There has to be 1,000.
There's way more than
There's
1,000.
so many. And they'll like get up in the trees, and when you walk past, all you hear is like.
Wait, how do they go?
I'm not gonna say it to you.
Oh.
I'm done. No pain, no gain. Birds have a vent. What? At this point, I don't believe what she's saying. It's. What do you mean? It's true. It's not even that like far-fetched or anything.
There's a lot of crows.
It's wild.
I wouldn't trust the skincare advice, but the crow part's for real.
Yeah. Oh, Sylvia says hi. Hi, Sylvia.
Oh,
Campylodiscus is here.
that's nice. Hi, Sylvia. Look, we got a water bear on the SEM. Do you know, this morning I was looking through some samples from a stick on my driveway, and had some water bears in it, and I put them on the old light microscope for Sylvia, and then she drew me a picture of a water bear.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it cute?
I couldn't watch all of it because I had to scramble in here to get these samples ready for you guys. But she was close to being finished when I was done, and it looked good like all of her drawings do. You know, she's
I need a new drawing. There's one time she sat down and drew me like 8 things in the span of like 30 minutes, and they're all hanging by my desk. My desk is like a Sylvia art museum.
You know, you could use your channel points to get Sylvia to draw you things.
Really?
You just have to tell her what it is and then spend the channel points for that.
I don't want to pay for it.
You want it for free.
I want it like made out of love, not.
This is like why pay for the cow when the milk is free or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna buy one right now.
You're gonna buy one what?
A Sylvia drawing.
Oh.
I wanna support local artists.
It's a good idea. It doesn't cost actual money, and you
Yeah.
probably have a lot of points.
Sylvia draws me a picture for 1,000. Oh, Seek Ye Wisdom got there first.
Uh-oh. You have to tell them. You have to tell her what you want her to draw you. Seek.
Sylvia's the one who refuses to mod Minecraft.
I don't know that she refuses to do it. She likes the vanilla mode, you know, but she's also 6, so modding things is sort of like she doesn't do it unless I do it or mommy does it.
That's fair. I want to know about affordable drawing tablets for kids. I want to get my daughter some equipment and software. Let me
Oh,
tell you the
you know what?
cheapest one.
Who said that?
Dell.
Dell, Campylodiscus can give you some advice, because she got one of those little tablets that's like an Etch-a-Sketch, but you can scribble on it. Carlin, tell them what it is. But we have one of these in our house. I'm thinking about maybe doing a stream tonight with some live water bears from my light microscope, and I'll see if I can get her to show it to you, and maybe Sylvia can do a drawing on it. But it's sort of like an extra sketch, but it's more like a little tablet, and you scribble over it with a pen, and then you can just erase it by wiping something. I don't know. Did Carlin say what it is yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, maybe it's just
I
Sylvia
think-
watching.
Well, she's still saying her hellos, so I think it might be Sylvia.
Oh,
I'm hoping to get her something that comes with some kind of editing software, hook it up to the computer.
oh, like a real tablet. Okay, this is more. I don't think it has a digital aspect to it.
Tropical Geek says, "Do you even know what that saying means?" Quite a no-no. What's
What
saying?
saying?
I think the milk and the cow thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
Oh. She said she didn't agree to drawing pictures. I paid for it. I deserve it.
She did agree.
I paid 1,000 points. Unbelievable.
You don't pay it until you actually get the drawing, and then I hit the redeem button. So I can always give you your points back.
Hmm.
So there's that.
I said I'd like a tardigrade drawing. Although I'd like it to have a lot of detail, like that one time that you drew a scene from SpongeBob when they were jellyfishing.
What?
What?
What are you talking
She
about?
she drew SpongeBob jellyfishing with Patrick.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh. Let's say we look at one of the claws.
Yeah. Clausium.
What's- Is that the song now?
Yeah.
Get the face? Claws in?
She said, "Okay, I will draw." You're being held hostage. Well, it looks scary.
Woof.
She said no.
Woof, does that claw look cool?
Wait, Sylvia, can you draw me a tardigrade? Or no? Wait, aren't you supposed to be at school right now?
Her school has been canceled for the week because there's a huge COVID outbreak, and so her entire elementary school has no classes this week.
Not even online?
Well, they gave her like a packet of junk to work on, and she isn't working on it, right? Because she's definitely watching me with a scanning electron microscope of a tardigrade instead of doing her homework. But she told me that when Mommy got home from walking the dog, she was going to work on it, and I can see that probably didn't happen.
Grateful we're still in distance learning here. Yeah, no. We don't fly by that. Nay. We go right into the fray. Ooh, Dangling wants a pebble drawing.
A pebble?
Mm-hmm.
That should be easy. That could be any shape.
Well, I mean, there's some shapes it couldn't be.
No. Pebble is a size class, so you could just put a scale bar on the bottom of anything.
Excuse me?
Yeah. You're excused.
She will be waiting for a pebble drawing. Dangling has the best emote. She's doing like the little TikTok, like that thing that Rihanna and I showed you last night. You look down and go.
What?
You like put your fingers together because you're acting shy or whatever.
Is that what that is?
It's like a meme.
Okay.
Oh, you should have seen the foot thing I did last night.
I'm
I'm gonna rephrase that right now.
Uh.
I can turn my feet backwards and walk.
You don't want to see it, folks.
It's kind of cool.
I mean,
I know. Okay.
phrasing. Yeah, exactly.
The thing that I'm talking about is that I can turn my feet backwards and I can walk. Can I redeem channel points to see it?
It's gonna be posted. Oh, he means redeem channel points to see you do your walking with your feet backward.
Yeah, I guess
She got dressed up today in her skirty outfit, and then she's gonna, walk around like a weirdo with her legs backwards for you. So
Yeah, I don't think I want that recorded. But
yeah,
if we
it's
ever
gonna
see
be
you
a
in
clip,
person-
and then it's gonna be like my most popular clip. Here's Mallory dressed up, walking with her legs funny.
Oh, Discord? Yeah. I'll send it.
The bear claws.
No, I think I'm gonna.
Aren't those claws awesome? I'm gonna zoom in even closer. I just wanted to get one with both claws so you get the like this sort of look. She says she drew a pebble. Okay.
Yeah, where's my tardigrade? I know you didn't agree to it, but
I guess she
pay
could
for the
post it to
service.
Discord.
She did?
No, the pebble I think.
Oh.
She could post it there. I don't think Carlin has access to Discord yet though, so.
I get the physical copy. I like it the Mona Lisa.
Oh, you want the physical one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks ferocious.
Yeah, it is. Look at those claws. We're gonna zoom in and take a really nice close look at that. This is 2 claws. 2 claws? Two claws.
That's what you call it. Instead of 2 chains, it's 2 claws.
And then, which claw do you think would be better?
That one on the left.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Let's zoom in on that one.
You know how toddlers have like a death grip? Like, have you ever tried to? I mean, you have a child, so like.
I do.
Yeah. So like trying to pry like a little kid's hand off you when they just don't want to let go. I feel like they're the strongest people in the world.
Kids?
Mm-hmm. They don't fear anything.
I don't know about the strongest.
I can touch my uvula with my tongue. That's my weird trick.
Ooh.
All the better to grab the moss with. Holy moly. I just turned my tongue around and I can reach back there and touch it. I don't even know what you mean by turning your tongue around.
I think that makes most people throw up.
Yeah. You good?
I'm gonna stop trying.
Are you trying?
Oh no, Eleanor.
I'll stop.
If you throw up on me, that's it.
I can't do it, so we're good.
I can't. Oh, whoa, that's a weird shape. I can't do the hot dog thing with my tongue. I don't know how to do that.
Phrasing. What are you talking about?
You know when you can make a hot dog bun shape, people can, what's it called, rolling your tongue?
You
Yeah.
can't roll your tongue. This is why you can't make Spanish words.
Yeah. My uvula has a cleft. I wouldn't want, I'm not going to say that out loud. God. Guys, just set me up. Please stop talking about tongues.
Give her a bad grade for throwing up on you.
You're wearing a mask, it's okay. I can't roll my tongue into a taco, but I can make it, what? I don't understand that.
Real fat. Fat tongue.
What does that
He's gonna make his tongue fat.
You know,
Look fat.
I was going to say something, and
It'll
I'm
look
not
like
going to say it.
Patrick the Starfish. Or whatever.
Instead of flat. I'll show on stream sometime. I
There you
guess.
go. Put
You
that
know,
in. Put that in for something we could redeem, Del.
I can roll my R. I can't, but I'm working towards it. If you want to turn off your...
What's going on?
Nothing. Oh, if you ever think you're going to throw up, like if you're gagging or something, just put your thumb like this, and then hold on to it really tight. You won't gag anymore.
I don't think that's true. Is that true?
It's just something that you're focusing on, except for...
Oh. You know how I am about throwing up. It's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah, he hasn't thrown up for my entire lifetime.
I haven't thrown up since in 1993. So.
I made the executive choice not to throw up after I turned 12. So I just don't do it now. Sometimes I get close because I'll like see something so I'm like but
1993 was the last time I threw up. I got food poisoning from rallies.
93 was a bad year.
Yeah, it was a bad year.
I got food poisoning from rally.
Yeah. That's also the last time I ate rallies. Rallies.
A reflex is not something you can focus on. Either you teach yourself to control it or you don't. Mallory, that's not science. I feel like it's more of a placebo effect than anything.
Do you know there's
totally works.
in your hand right here is one of those pressure points right here where your thumb meets your finger, and if you have a headache and happen to be where I am, I know how to get to that pressure point and I can get your headache to go away.
Really?
And yeah.
Don't you like just like...
Yeah, I can pinch it. And I had a friend in college who used to get migraines, and one time we were on a field trip and I had to sit there and hold her hand like that for like 2 hours. Because if I took my hand off, her headache would come back.
You just press like right here. I can kind of feel there's something right there.
Well, I don't want to give like advice on how to do it on stream. But
Is it like bad?
no, it makes your headache go away right away.
Would it like hurt you?
No,
Oh.
it's a pressure point.
Seasickness pressure point in your wrist. I don't know what that means. I've had the headache remedy. It works. Depends on the headache. 93 was the year I was born. Definitely bad, I think.
Who said that?
MTV Live one.
Who said that?
Save the medical advice for Discord. Discord. Oh, it's not medical advice. It's home remedy advice. We're actually shamans.
Right.
We're a group of shamans.
Give me a second to pull out my crystals, folks.
I have to sit here holding your hand because I have to sit here holding your hand for 2 hours just because.
It wasn't my idea, trust me.
I have a headache. Could you hold my hand, please? And Dirty Smith just keeps sitting over and over again. Dang, those are some claws. He's really into
We're gonna
claws.
take a look at the bat claws now. Look at these.
Mika's here.
Zoom in.
Mika.
Hi, Mika.
Mika,
We're looking at it
hi.
at a water bear. We're looking at it super close in the scanning electron microscope. Look at those back claws. Look at this.
Those are like hooks.
Look at the structure right here. It's got like a little fan structure on the bottom, and then those hooks,
Is
man.
that how it like rotates?
Meat hooks.
Swivel? I don't like that.
Just straight meat hooks.
Those claws could hold my hand any day. Philip Mamu of Whiffers.
You know, I think maybe this water bear has a headache, and it would like it if you hold its hand.
Whoa, there's so many new voices here.
Well, don't shun them.
That one, Aaron said, what is that?
These are the claws of a water bear in a scanning electron microscope. The back claws. So the back claws, the water bears have sort of a weird shape to their body. They're like a sleeping bag, basically. But the back two claws are really close together, and they don't really sit on legs. The legs are really short and super close together. So when these water bears were alive and they move around, the back claws kind of look like a scallop or something. They kind of move like a paddle, more so than legs, like independent legs. And the back claws are mostly used, I think, for holding on to stuff. Like if they need to grab onto stuff while they're searching around for food or whatever else.
Thanks, Dell. George Smith said ice boots.
Ice boots, yeah, like ice boots.
They're complaining about the Discord link.
Is it
because
broken again?
It wasn't working, but I clicked on it and it worked for me. And it didn't know what account I was on. It invited me to join new, so I'm not really sure what's up with that.
The Discord link that's in my profile should work. So if you're on a PC...
Dell made a fresh one, so...
Yeah, or you can get that one.
But the one that...
It keeps going expired for some reason, and Mallory set up the Discord, so...
Why does it look like you froze them in carbonite?
They have been coated with gold because they're in a scanning electron microscope, and they're on a... if you look down here in the corner, there's a little camera that shows you inside the chamber, and you can see that there's a slide, like a glass slide, and just a little bit of junk on there. And that is actually what you're looking at in the chamber is what we're actually looking at on the scanning electron microscope. So electron beam comes out of this little cone-shaped thing and interacts with the sample and causes electrons to be ejected from the material, and they're captured over here, and this is basically like our eye, into the chamber, and it has a positive charge. It pulls the electrons towards it, and when the electrons hit it, there's a little photoplate in there that lights up, and the more electrons that hit at a given point, the brighter that point is. So instead of getting a color image, we have a black and white image, and it's created as the actual beam scans across the surface and records the brightness of each point based on how many electrons are basically bouncing out of or ejected out of the material. And so in this case, everything that takes place, because it's using electrons rather than light, takes place inside a vacuum. And the vacuum is the reason why it looks like it's been deflated, and then it's been coated with a little bit of gold to allow the electrons to easily diffuse off of the surface. What's so funny?
They're still struggling with the Discord, and Mika said, "Rip Discord." Oh my wow. No, she didn't. John K3 said, "Are the protrusions on the front of the claws tactile?"
Yeah, I don't know that they have a lot of. I don't think they move. I think that's all one piece. Each claw is so it's this sort of moose antler shaped thing here is the back end of the claw, and I think the front end of the claws are out here, and they each have two long hooks. You can kind of see that here. There's a antler shaped back end to it, and then here's one claw and here's the next one, and they have two little each of those front claws has two little protrusions with two little mini claws on them. So there's actually 4 claws on each one of these, plus this antler shaped structure. The back of the 2 doesn't actually have that double clawed extension. So here's a claw, each of those breaks into 2 claws, and then the front claw also then breaks in again to 2 more claws. And I'm assuming that's the same thing that happens over here, right? So we have 1 claw, a back one, and then this first hook, and then the second hook is the one that has 2 on it again. And I don't know that they have a lot of sensory capacity. They're pretty simple. I mean, they must have some way of telling that their claws have connected to something, but I don't study water bears for a living. As a scientist, I mostly look at diatoms, but there are water bears that sometimes end up in lake material or lake sediments. And this is the first time we've managed to capture a water bear with the scanning electron microscope. And this one came to us dead. This one actually came to us from California, from our one of our moderators and fellow Microscope streamers, Pacific Plankton, who we should give a shout out to.
That was unbelievable.
What are you getting paid for? You got one job.
I'm trying to get a Discord link. Oh, are we team Water Bear or Team Moss?
Are they on different teams?
Joke's on you, Tropical Geek. I already did it. Apparently they're on different teams.
Well, I mean the water bears do eat the moss, so I'm on Team Water Bear probably.
Yeah, Moss Piglet sounds kind of silly.
Oh, Moss Piglet.
Yeah. Sorry, I just misspoke. I was focusing on the fact that someone was snapping in my face.
Oh,
Yes, I was trying to read it.
I like to call them tardigrades, which is their scientific name.
I like Water Bear.
Water bear is like their cutesy name, and moss piglet's their extra cutesy name.
Also, Dangling went and took a nap. And I don't know if MTV Live 1 ever got into Discord. I hope he did.
Well,
What's out?
Eventually, hopefully they'll be able to chat with us and maybe get whatever it is that's on Discord that we have that's super exciting. Sometimes I will stream directly from the scanning electron microscope into Discord when we're doing work related streams. This is not necessarily research related. And sometimes we will also do, I'll do like night streams where I will stream from the light microscope into Discord or sometimes into Twitch. Just based on what I feel like doing. Sometimes I do drawings into that channel as well.
The word of the day is utilic.
It's what?
Utilic?
It's what?
Utilic?
So the funny story about this sample, which is that it came to us from Pacific Plankton, and she sent us some plankton material at the same time. And I used the same pipette when I was making some slides. And so some of the sample has mysteriously placed plankton from the ocean mixed in with the water bears. And I found this to be highly funny when I was looking around because, I'm scanning around looking for water bears, and then periodically I just bumble across a diatom that doesn't belong there, or sometimes like a fragment of some marine organism that definitely doesn't belong there. So.
Dangling wants a gaming voice chat. Yeah, I can make that if you guys keep it nice. Dell says a utilic organism has the same number of cells as any other adult organism of that kind.
They just make bigger
Somatic
cells.
I guess.
Yeah.
Cargo Cult 055 says, hello, is it known when Waterbears appeared in evolution? And then Dell answered in the Cambrian.
Yes.
That is, I read that.
So Waterbears actually lived through all 5 of the major extinction events, and probably because of their capacity to withstand all kinds of crazy bad conditions, they were able to persist through things that killed off most other organisms. So pretty cool. They're known as polyextremophiles because they can withstand, some of them can withstand temperatures that are way below freezing, till almost in their ton state, almost to absolute zero. And they've been able to come back from that cold and basically still function. What's going on?
I'm giving out my shoe size.
Oh.
Kathy, for the field work.
And then some of them, so that's super hot temperature as well that they can withstand. Some of them have been able to withstand, in their ton state, temperatures of 300 degrees. That's the temperature that you bake a lasagna at, by the way. And for about 10 minutes at that temperature, they can go without food for more than a decade in their ton state, and also without water. They can be exposed to pressures that are greater than the pressure of Mariana's Trench and survive.
I kind of want to go down there.
To Mariana's Trench?
Maybe.
I would love to send you down there.
Oh,
If that's where you want to go. Hey, there's a bug. I found a bug.
that's what I look like. Anyway, Devil Mrs. J says, hello, I'm going to be lurking while Kid does remote learning in the office with me.
Cool.
Cargo Colt 055 says, how do we know they exist in the Cambrian? Pacific Plankton shared a link, but I didn't know if you had a thought.
They're found sometimes in the fossil record, in their ton states or otherwise. They don't fossilize easily, but I'm sure that they've found them in amber, and in that state they know for sure that it's a water bear. But they could also look at their genetic code and probably figure out how long they've been around before they merge into the most closest thing that's like them. They're in their own, water bears are in their own like lineage, like way off. They're not insects or spiders or anything even closely related to those.
I was wondering, I was like, that name's familiar. Why is it familiar? Sylvia.
Yeah.
What name?
Sylvia's just putting a bunch of ellipses over and over again.
What?
And Dell was like, Sylvia, you good? And she just said, yeah. And Dell
Oh,
said,
she's
cool,
putting
just
like
checking in.
emotes in?
Just like ellipses, little dots.
Just da 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 da.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh. All right, so I think we've got as many pictures as we're going to get from that one water bear that we have that was all stretched out. And Mallory has some more samples that we have prepped that also have lichen and mosses. And then at least one of the samples, I think, we will have a water bear in the ton state rolled up also from the material that Pacific Plankton sent us. That we were able to take off of the, she picked one out basically with a pipette and put it into a little slide. And then this morning I took a little tiny tool and picked it up with some water and put it on a stub. And
I
so,
found an eyebrow that he could use, but he didn't use it.
do you want to put one of your eyebrows on the stub? And then
I
we can look to see what kind of mites are living in it.
Joke's on you. I wash my face twice a day.
I don't think washing is how you get rid of mites. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the high voltage for a minute and send the slide back to home. And you'll have to bear with us as we...
Was there only one bear?
On that sample, there was other ones that they're sort of buried under some gunk. And I just wanted to move on while we still can to look at the rest of those samples, because we have hopefully at least one more water bear in a ton state in there. And And then I have some samples that we collected from the stick in my driveway,
Oh,
but we haven't yet prepped any of those for the scanning electron microscope yet in a way that would be easily accessible. So I'm going to vent, and hopefully our SEM's not going to start making crazy noises like it was this morning when we vented. Not in front of the kids.
Ellipsy, not. You just said ellipsy, not an ellipse. I don't know what you mean by that. She posted a group of 3 at one point. I understand. I might be interested in that, said history acceleration. But then there's wordplay on the word might, so like MIT.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you said you might be interested in putting an eyelash in.
I recall having my hair wet on gasoline.
Oh, it is making a popping
Wet
noise.
on gasoline to kill those things kids get when they're kids. I don't know why someone put gasoline on my hair.
It says venting finished, but I don't think it's going to be finished. The SEM's being a little finicky today, and when we tell it to vent the chamber, instead of completely venting the chamber, what it's doing is just making some sort of a weird popping noise. So, I'm going to just try to vent it some more and then let it make some popping noises, and then hopefully one of these times it won't make a popping noise and we will be able to open it. So bear with us if you get popping noise sounds. It's because there's a gasket in here that's not working perfectly. It could be.
Can't believe this just said period. Period. I was real.
Yeah, where is Rihanna? Why didn't she show up today?
I don't know, but she would understand my I know. Oh.
Still
He was
popping.
scared that his hair was wet with gasoline.
What's going on with the gasoline? I'm so
I
confused.
don't know. Tropical Beat's talking about his childhood, or the childhood, where he had mice in his hair, and so they put gasoline in it.
Did that get rid of him?
I guess so. You're supposed to suffocate them. You could have put soap or something in them. They could. And then Cargo Colt says,
No, good, but we can
is
open it.
Waterbear that creature that can live in gamma rays?
Yes.
Tropical Beat, I
In
didn't
fact-
read it exactly out loud, and he didn't understand it, so I did reinterpret it. I apologize.
Water bears can handle UV radiation and also ionizing radiation, which is the type of radiation that's produced by gamma rays. So they can handle really high pHs, very low pHs, high temperatures, low temperatures, very high pressure, very low pressure. And one of the things that it can withstand is gamma radiation. So where that's really critical to point out again, though, is only in their ton state does that actually work. If you were to take one straight out of the water and try to stick gamma radiation on it, it's not like it's going to survive that. Can you check the gasket, too, before you close it?
It's all in there.
Okay.
Would you like me to put some grease on it?
No. We'll just give it a shot. Hopefully it works. That was the...
Yeah, I know.
Did you put that other sample back on?
What?
The one that we took off?
Yes, I put it on the earlier.
We'll know in a second whether the pressure will vacuum out correctly, because there's a little bar down here in the corner, which I don't know if you guys can see that bar. I guess you can. And it's starting to turn red, which means that vacuum pressure is working. And that will gradually work its way up until we have the pressure low enough in the chamber, and then it will turn green. And at that point we can turn on the high voltage again. And we have some samples, as I mentioned, from some various lichens and mosses. I've been actually kind of looking around for water bears for a while in material without much success, until just last night, where I took a stick that fell from a tree, and I thought, oh, this worked. When Pacific Plankton sent us samples, it was a stick that fell out of a tree. And I thought maybe it's because I'm sampling from the base of trees rather than from, you know, up in the branches. And also it was like a old stick with some debris, so I thought maybe that's what I need to do. And so I took a little butter knife and I just scraped some of the lichen off of it into a little bowl, and then I wetted it, and magically, hey, what did we get? Emotes shared.
Sylvia couldn't use emotes, so Ubri shared, gave a tier 1 sub to Campylodiscus.
Oh, thank you for the sub.
Shared 5 emotes. Very kind. Thank you, Ubri.
So the bar is up, working its way up. One other thing that usually is critical is when we have samples that are a little wetter than usual, the pump down takes a little bit longer, and sometimes multiple tries to get enough of it out. And that's because in a vacuum, when you have a bunch of samples that have moisture in them, the moisture gets pulled out of the material, and then it makes it challenging for the air to be dry enough to pump out the vacuum. And so sometimes what we have to do is actually vent the chamber a little bit so it spits the air with the moisture out of the chamber, and then start to pump it over again. I don't think that will happen this time, but it sometimes is a requirement. We're pretty close to the boundary where it switches over to green from red, but it sometimes is required because we have these samples that are mosses and lichens, which means they've got a bunch of organic matter and a sort of a bunch of nested moisture in them as a result. So I think it's probably going to be okay. The pump pressure is still declining in the chamber, which is what we want. And I don't know, something like 8 point something, it usually flips over, I think. So we'll just let it run for a little bit and see what happens. Hopefully it will work its way out. And now Sylvia can make emotes. So I want to say thank you to Ubrik for that. And also, our...
What's the smallest modern microscopes can see? No atom structure?
A normal microscope, like a light microscope that you can see, if you bought one from a store, from Amazon or whatever, maxes out typically around 1,000 times magnification. And a scanning electron microscope maxes out, this one maxes out somewhere around 200,000 times magnification. It gets kind of blurry after about 150,000 times, but this is a tungsten scanning electron microscope. It's a Tescan Vega 3 is the model, and if you have a field emission scanning electron microscope or TEM, usually you can get a little bit more magnification out of it, maybe up to 200,000 times. It's typically not enough that you could actually see the structure of an atom, but they do have specialized modern microscopes that ultra-fast scanning microscopes and other things that they've built that will allow us to see the structure of things like atoms. It's not a type of microscope that most people have access to, and not one that I use for research, so not one that I actually have.
Do those handheld devices that sell as microscope work?
Like the little kids microscopes?
I have no clue what you mean.
The little kids microscopes that you buy for like $5, that you can hold in your hand, they work well enough. They're not going to get you to 1,000 times magnification, but they're not terrible with respect to actual optics, and you can sometimes just use them like a hand lens. They probably could get you pretty good magnification up to about 40 times, which is sort of the lowest setting on a normal microscope. A 4x objective plus 10x optics on the oculars usually is around 40 times, and so you can get that pretty easily, even in the little toy ones or the fold scopes, which Pacific Plankton could talk a little bit about. But they sell some sort of higher end handheld microscopes that you can use that work fairly well, can get you magnifications up to 400 times pretty easily.
Tropical Geek said, not for little kids. But I think you continued on answering the
Yeah, yeah. But the,
Ampelodiscus said, what are you doing with my diatom emojis? And Disc of Acceleration said, I think IBM used one of those to make a movie with atoms, talking about the TEMs.
yeah, yeah.
Devil and Mrs. J said, I have a 50-year-old tiny microscope kit I found at a yard sale. And they just talked about fold scopes.
Yeah.
And that they were fun. And the boy and his atom. And then a pumpkin emojis.
All right.
Whoa!
Do you know,
Halloween emojis.
there's Halloween emojis. And we're going to do a stream on Halloween. So this coming Saturday is Halloween. And Mallory's promised to dress up for this. Not just like, looking classy, but rather...
I thought you said you were going to dress up too.
Well, I'm also going to dress up. We're going to do a Halloween stream.
Eleanor won't be here, but she'll be dressed up as a maid in a different city.
Your costume is a maid?
Yeah, that's my role in the Clue dinner thing.
Oh, you're going to do like a murder mystery?
Yeah, I think her name's Mrs. White. She's the maid of the...
Mrs. White, yeah, from Clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my role.
Did you do it?
What?
Did you do it?
I don't know, I haven't read it yet.
They get a
I'm busy.
packet. You get a packet at the
I haven't
beginning.
read
It
my
tells you
packet.
what happened to you. Like whether you died or you're the killer.
And you just gotta pretend like you don't know the whole time? Because you don't know what happened to anyone else?
I've never done this.
I think one person gets killed that happens away from the scene.
Do they just like lie there the whole time?
No, that's not a person that actually lays there.
Oh.
But the rest of the people have to solve the mystery, and the murderer is among them.
And they know who they are, but no one else knows who they are?
The murderer knows who they are.
Oh.
Yeah, I
So
think
I'm
so.
finding murderer.
I think that's the way they usually do it. We did one where with my sister once we went to a theater and you had to solve it. It was like a scavenger hunt / murder mystery type thing. Those are
okay,
cool.
A lot's happened. Hold on. Cargo Cult says, so the modern theory of electron orbits of the atom, has it been seen or just theorized? I don't think you can physically see that.
Well,
You can do experiments that indicate the presence, but you can't physically see it.
You can't see it. It's too small for the naked eye, but they definitely have. I mean, it's different than the models you learn in high school for sure, but not completely wrong.
She said there's a witch too.
There's a witch?
I don't know.
Who said that?
Devil Mrs. J, I don't understand.
In the Clue game?
Yeah, Philip Mamu Warts, jeez, said, don't fall for it, Mallory, you'll be the only one with a costume here. You know what? I don't like how you laughed at that. That's okay. It's kind of like it just makes me look a little gothic. I'm not like coming dressed up as a mermaid or something. Wait. You can go as someone who died? No, apparently I was wrong about that. We did one. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're fun.
Back in the day.
Yeah, they're fun.
Chocolate
So we're
is
looking right now
chocolate.
at a lichen. This is some Crustios lichen that I found on a tree when I was scanning around looking for water bears, and you can see that there's actually some moss tucked in the side here of it, a bit of this moss structure, which actually looks really cool. It's dehydrated, of course, but you can see the sort of grid-like structure of the moss plant material. And while this lichen, when you look at it from on the side of a tree or whatever, doesn't look like it has these sort of leafy shapes. It actually is this cool pattern to it. They look like they're just sort of flat and have colors for the most part. So part of the reason that I wanted to do a little bit of time with mosses and lichens, this is the home for where water bears are typically found. So this is, like, if you're going out searching for water bears, this is the type of environment that they live in and crawl around in. Their little hooky claws and their little newt mouths. I think they're called moss piglets because some of them will eat mosses. They also eat phytoplankton or plankton that are present, not plankton, algae that are present in the lichens and mosses.
Cargo Cult says it looks like a modern art sculpture, and then they're just talking about emotes a lot.
Yeah?
They turn them into Halloween emotes. I don't have that. I don't know how to do that. I'm not really that interested in it though. So, But I kind of like the little hats that they give them. They're like cowboys.
Tropical Geek's got all of the better TV,
Yeah.
DTV emotes
I don't
going.
have those.
You just have to make a little installment, and then you can use them.
Seems a bit hard. Not for me.
Super, super hard, yeah. Too complicated for you. I'm surprised when it gave us sub, we didn't get an alert. Did it show up with a little alert?
Mm-mm. I
I
didn't
have
even
to
see it in the
fix
chat.
my
and I've
alerts
been
are
staring
acting
at it.
weird. Let's see. You have to unlock customization with channel points to get witch hats and pumpkins. Oh, I see. They're my diatoms. It's Mustachio inside a pumpkin, and Cirilla with a witch hat.
You're watching the show at the same time. How did you make the pumpkins? The pumpkins!
Pumpkins.
I tried to do the pumpkin with the points, and it's not doing it. Yeah.
It's not?
I don't know. Some people are saying it does, and some people are saying it doesn't. I still don't understand what BBTV is, or BTTV.
It's a add-on package. Like if you have a Chrome, you can add it as an extension.
I'm on Chrome.
You can add it as an extension, and then you can have all the emotes. It's probably where I'll put that Waterbear emote that we collected earlier, you know, because I think I have some extra slots still.
One of my friends is taking, okay. OChem was hard, but
Really?
I passed it, and a lot of people passed it. It's possible. It's
A
just
lot of
gross.
people pass it every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my friends keep sending me messages like, how did you pass this exam? I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like, first semester is the easiest. They keep asking me, I'm like, dude, I don't remember it.
Just tell them that's just 101 stuff back there, guys. You need to step up your game.
I just don't remember it, so they keep asking me for like help and stuff like that, and I'm like, there's a reason I don't tutor for OChem. I do not know. I don't have all these reactions still memorized. Like, I had to make some room for compression and expansion.
Alright.
Mallory, I don't know. We need to fix that. What?
I don't know if we need to fix it. Do we need to?
Do you remember every little thing from every class that you've taken?
Okay, so this first sample is the one that's in the center position for our scanning electron microscope. And I'm going to just rotate us around to some of the other samples. I'm going to guess that number 2. Oh yeah, so here's a moss. And when we first started looking at this moss, it was full of little springtails, which may still be present in nested away, tucked inside, or maybe they escaped into the lab, you know, I don't know. But we'll zoom in and take a look at some of the moss itself here in a second, and see if there's any surprises in there.
They just keep talking about BTTV.
Well, you know, emotes are a thing. It's Twitch.
Yeah. God, there's so many pumpkins. I feel like
Is
I'm-
there a
I feel like
David
I'm
S.
back up.
Pumpkins emote?
There's one with a mustache. I kind of like that.
That's Mustachio. Or is it the brown one with the mustache?
Dirty
That's
Smith says the texture is incredible. Dell said, I'm David Pumpkins.
David S. Pumpkins.
When my little sister... What?
S. Pumpkins.
David S. Pumpkins? What's that? Is that a joke? Whoa, what is... That looks like it's from a scary movie. Like, from like one of those claymations. Like,
Night Before Christmas.
The Night Before Christmas or The Corpse Bride. The Corpse Bride is such a good movie. Or, Frankenweenie.
I'm going to make it look better here in a second.
So moss is like a very tall room.
Uh,
Or very tiny corn.
Very tiny corn. Well, so normally these are going to be sort of plumped out with water.
See what David S.
Yeah, why don't you look up David S. Pumpkins?
Halloween special.
Why don't you look that up? That's going to be a good
Oh my
one.
god, is that Tom Hanks?
Yes, that's Tom Hanks. How do you not know this?
I don't watch Saturday Night Live. I haven't watched it since I was like 12. Little Shop of Horrors. Dr. Stone was in Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, I was Mr. Mushnick.
You see it, right? I mean, you kind of see the resemblance, right?
That's where we started with the old man voice.
Mallory, I don't know. We need to fix that. You said that a while ago. Why did it just repeat?
Maybe they're having a moment.
Jeepers creepers, where'd you get them peepers? Little Shop is one of my favorites. That's the I used to be in musicals, and that was the musical that I fell out.
You were done with that one?
I know, that's when I quit theater. Also, I was a senior, and I was trying to focus on getting as many scholarships as possible. So, and band and stuff. I was the vice president of the band. I am still the vice president of the band because they never voted again after I left.
You broke it.
I am the vice president of my high school's band still.
You should put that on your resume.
Because I keep repeating that I don't know, time to know.
You should still put that on your resume.
I should.
Yeah, and you know what? When you're thinking about,
I don't
you were
think I
talking
ever-
before about thinking about career options.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just make that your career.
To be vice president of my high school's band when we did not hold a single meeting after the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be permanent vice president of your high school band.
Oh, I should be a water bear farmer. That's what Dirty Smith said.
Yeah.
I would like that, actually.
Just collect the claws and then make a water bear claw necklace. You know?
Be a little weird, itchy feeling, I feel. You just, feel a little itchy, be like, what the heck? And be destroyed.
Well, you know what we should do? What would be really cool is to make a 3D model of the water bear claws.
Yeah. And, Wolverine.
Print those out.
Yeah.
And then wear that as a necklace.
Yeah, well...
And then when people ask, they'll be like, I killed so many water bears with my bare hands.
With your bare hands? Your bare hands?
Yeah.
Your hands that are bare.
Yeah.
Edward Watermelon hands.
Yeah.
My career is on I don't know right now. Oh, her career is on I don't know right now.
Who's
we
that?
also need to fix that. Tropical Geek is roasting me in the comments. Whoa, with a 3D printer, it would be cool. And guess what we have? A 3D printer.
We do have a 3D printer.
You have a right to bear arms.
Ah.
Rawr,
If we had bare
rawr.
arms.
What kind of metal do you use to cover the samples?
Gold.
Gold.
Gold!
Gold. Gold. Gold.
We bling them out with gold.
Ice on my wrist. Gold. Diamonds aquatic. I don't know.
Here's the culture part that Mallory brings to
I
every
love
stream she's in.
gold. I keep wiping off.
Mites?
No.
Got the mites coming out?
I don't have mine. I got you.
I think we'll be the judge of whether you have mites or not.
Campbell Discus said no to you. Just no.
No? About
She
what
said
part?
no, Dad.
What part?
I don't know. She didn't specify. She just said, she keeps saying no at random times.
Well, guess what? No, you can't have a cookie.
Dirty Smith said that's an Electron pinup. John said, can another metal be used? Yes. Palladium was the one we're going to use.
Yep. We can use silver or palladium gold or platinum or copper or nickel. You can use pretty much any metal. They'll all work because essentially all you're trying to do is make it conductive to electricity. Where, I think you could also use aluminum. It just needs to be able to conduct electricity, and then you're just going to put the lightest amount you can on there and still have it function. It's imperceptible. You can't actually see the layer of metal on these. It's a couple of nanometers thick.
Is there a word that you struggle to say? Like a single word that...
Is this a question they're asking or one you're asking?
I'm asking you, career choices, 80,000hours.org. Mika, are you going to solve all my problems? You have 80,000 hours in your career.
Is that all?
I guess. Feels like more, huh? Probably is more with the overtime Americans. But, so many words I struggle with. I'm thinking about it because aluminum, my mom, if she focuses... Oh, is that a bear?
No.
Oh, well,
I was going to say aluminum linoleum.
linoleum. That's a one, yeah.
That's a tongue twister.
Is that what you...
Aluminum linoleum.
Aluminum linoleum.
Yeah.
Because my grandma can't say linoleum. My mom can't say aluminum.
That'd be perfect.
So my mom is like aluminum. I don't know. It's
She can't
weird.
say aluminum?
She just gets hung up on it if she thinks too much about it. If she says it in everyday conversation, she doesn't even think about it and just does it.
Does she just go, give me the damn foil?
No, she'll say aluminum foil like super quick and won't even think about it. But if I ask her to say aluminum, and she says orange too instead of orange.
Your mom says orange?
She does.
For real?
Yeah. I don't think there's anything on one, Dr. Stone.
I think there is.
Is there? Oh no, I was wrong. Yeah, okay. Ask her to say cinnamon. Cinnamon?
What's wrong with cinnamon?
Oh, Sylvia's saying you killed so many water bears.
No, I didn't.
Aluminum has 2 spellings, so I can get that. I can't confirm or deny. I'm not a dictionary. Cinnamon. My mom can say cinnamon. Cinnamon, cinnamon. Lars Rass. Oh, I've never seen that name before. Also pronounced completely wrong. It's invented in Europe.
Invented?
I don't think you can invent an element. Well, if it's not occurring naturally, I guess you could say you invented it, but...
We invented aluminum.
We actually invented hydrogen. We did invent hydrogen in this lab.
I don't think that's true.
Every day I invent carbon dioxide. Should the shiny side be up or down when cooking?
That's a good question.
The dull side should be up. Oh no, the shiny side should be facing our food. Yeah, that's what I thought. Lars Rass said discovered. Discovered is the thing. Mika's, how's your trill? Care for a demonstration? Mika, how about you care to mind your own business because I still can't do it.
Oh my goodness. Is that any way to talk to Mika?
No. I'm sorry, Mika, I didn't mean it. I'm just embarrassed that I still can't make a noise that resembles an R. I had to go to speech therapy for my R's. It's a sore spot for me. And apparently, I've been trying to trill my R's by making an R sound, and apparently it's more like a la or a D sound, and you gotta like modify until it sounds like an R, and I just can't do it. Americans cannot say R. I just said it.
Always with the Americans.
Tropical Geek coming in with the American criticism. We're in a sensitive position right now, so if you could take it a little easy on us until next year, that'd be nice.
Till November 4th at least.
Can you tell us if if the nanotubes hype lived up to these days?
I don't know anything about nanotubes.
I heard a bit about nanotubes, but I don't know what you mean in relation to. You will still an American who cannot say R after November. Just lovingly saying. You know what? I'm gonna learn how to trill my R this weekend, so...
In your face!
Do you mean like the noise that you make, like where what's it called? It's where it's called a tap or something. Instead of saying like hard R, you just do like instead of Sarah, you do Sarah. Like is that what you're trying to say? Because we can do that. That's just a D noise basically. Da-da-da-da-da, like butter.
Mallory's always bringing the D noise.
Yep, there it is. R. That's the spirit. Some people said the nanotube hype of 2010s was overinflated. You're gonna have to like explain what you mean by nanotube hype because I don't think either one of us understand.
I don't study nanotubes. I had nanotubes on the SEM once. One of the physics professors brought it over. What's his name?
You mean Dr. West?
No.
Dr. Zhang?
Jean, yeah.
Zhang. Like there's a few. The physics professor.
That's like 4 of them.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Small physics department. Oh, bye, Sylvia. Have a
This
nice
doesn't seem
have a
like
nice
much,
day.
but this is actually one of the water bears in the Tungsten.
Where? This is?
Yeah, this is what they look like. Do you see the skin?
What? Where's the claw?
That's the texture. They're all rolled up. They roll up
Oh my
into a little
God.
ball, and their head rolls in.
I
And
think you're
they...
taking a picture of a clay clump. I was like, oh, each their own.
Nope, that is actually the water bear.
Does it have like gunk on it or something?
It has a little bit of clay on it, but
Oh.
see, that's skin texture.
Mm.
And also there's a little skin texture here you can see.
Del can trill, Mika can't trill. My friend from India taught me how to make the Hindi softy too.
Yeah.
Spreading my linguistic wings. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Del. So these are the mini bears that NASA thinks can survive in space.
In this state they can, yeah.
Have we ever viewed any graphene?
No.
We don't do much with the graphite, so. They can survive in space.
Yeah.
What NASA thinks is moot.
That's true.
This bear needs to get on Mal's skincare regime.
If we just put a little bit of
W.
snail slime on it, and
I haven't used it yet. We'll find out if it works. Oh, my shoe's untied.
a little bit of snail slime and a little bit of that crow pea, it'll be fine.
You heard they found water on the moon in the sunny part, right? And then he said finds it sus. Get ready for strip mining on the surface of the moon. Yeah. Well, luckily we have Space Force out there to protect the...
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We do have Space Force now,
To protect the property.
so we'll be fine. This is part of the reason why it's so hard to recognize the water bears when they roll up into these little balls. Especially when you don't have transmitted light or anything else to sort of see them very easily with. So this is a water bear in the Tun state.
HE3 and H2O. The real estate on the dark side of the moon will be cheaper. That's why I'm building my villa. Isn't the moon rusting? I've heard that. The lunar regolith has very low iron content, last I heard. I don't know anything about the moon, guys.
The moon is made mostly of basalt.
Salt?
Basalt.
Basalt? Bath salts?
No, basalt. It's a rock type.
I know there's some variety a little lower down. There's some darker patches in the regolith.
Here's another nice lichen. We can see all of the little branching sort of structure.
The coral?
It looks like coral.
Well, it is.
It is not.
Well, in a way.
No.
Well.
No.
Well.
ways. No.
Well.
No.
Well.
In no
well.
way.
Do water bears like water honey? Cargo
Yes.
cold death.
For sure.
They like vegan chicken nuggets.
Oh, we did talk about that. I think they like chicken nuggets. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick some up from Walmart. I was gonna do that and then give them a little.
Is Sylvia still out there?
I think she left. She said goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I thought maybe she would sing the chicken nugget song for us.
Chicken nugget. Metaphorically speaking, in a way. That's how I say everything. Hematite in the lunar pulse. Pacific Plankton said no to the vegan nuggets. She popped back into this.
She never wants to let us have any fun.
Yeah, Pacific Plankton.
You know, I put this lichen on here for you, Pacific Plankton.
Yeah, Pacific Plankton. Is that my hair in there?
No.
Oh.
That is lichen.
I never got a drawing from Sylvia. Dude, that's what I'm saying. She like has schoolwork or something. Like,
I mean, it'll show up.
I'm sure
We'll post it. I'll hold her feet to the fire about it eventually.
You know that one song in SpongeBob?
No.
Where he's singing Gary Come Home?
No.
I don't remember the beat, the rhythm, the lyrics. I don't remember anything, but I was gonna start singing it.
But you'd like to talk about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mika, come home. Da, 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 da. Pacific Plankton, come home. And I was gonna go through the whole list, but I'm not gonna do that.
Thank you.
What? I should do America's Got Talent. For sure. The lab is home. Home is where my leftover pizza is.
Oh, these are
That's
all
my fridge.
in the
I
wrong
remember.
format, yeah.
I like the lichen, a relationship between algae and fungus. And
Yeah.
bacteria.
And yeast, at
Yeast.
least in the most recent understanding of them. I also think that there's yeast somehow in the mix. The mix.
I like that claw.
Let's see if I can, while this is taking that picture.
You gonna share some pics? Whoa, what happened? Heck yeah! Put
Yeah.
the claw on. A tale as old as time, the algae and the fungus. You put that over my face.
Right here?
Yeah. I wanna look ferocious. Wait, no, put it up where I can put my arm attached to it.
I like it over you entirely. Like that.
No, can you like crop it so my hand
Let's just
is,
put it like
fall?
that, and now we don't have to
Stop.
worry about Mallory at all. And I can sort of show some of the pictures that we took. Here's the water bear, with its little mouth and its little newt mouth from earlier. And here's the whole water bear with all of the
Dirty Sis says he's howling.
yes, like a vacuum
Ow.
like a vacuum cleaner bag with claws.
Are you okay?
And here's the actual close-up of
You just seemed out of it.
she's studying.
She's a good student.
Yeah.
Good
Here's the
student.
actual close-up of the mouth that we collected earlier. And there it is in its tun state. So lichen and some moss.
I like the moss.
Here's the claws. It's a overview of the first set of claws on the water bear. And here's a close-up of those claws. Really spectacular view of the back claws that we collected. And here's a real close-up of one of the front claws that we collected. You can see they have slightly different sort of claw structure associated with the front part. And also here's a little emote that we're going to make of the water bear howling at the moon.
Oh, you're gonna do it?
Howl!
Oh, Tropical Geek's been searching for an R, a way for me to speak R. I've tried everything. I finally found one. It's a lot of effort, and you gotta do like exercises. So this is my transitional period. We could just let it go.
What's going on?
Tropical Geek's roasting me because I can't say my R's.
Still?
Yeah. Being in speech therapy was awful and embarrassing, so this is no much more fun.
That's empty.
That's
empty.
Mika, I was wondering what happened to Ellie-Sor. They say hi. Are you okay, for real?
I'm okay for real.
You just look so quiet.
I don't think people can look quiet.
Well, you can't see, he did block me out, so you can't see Eleanor.
Oh, sorry. I could move that.
Slightly to the right.
I'm reading about mining practices.
Really?
Yep.
Your handwriting looks like someone's handwriting. You look like my sister, maybe? But she writes like Abraham Lincoln, so.
I've been
Your
told it's
sister
very
writes
bad.
like Abraham Lincoln.
She writes in like really exaggerated, fancy, super thin,
Does she use a goose feather that's been cut?
it looks like she uses a feather to write it out. It's like a journal. It's so silly.
I'm
She
okay,
probably
everybody.
Yeah, she's fine. I'm just joshing her. She's fine. Mallory, it's not a matter of speech therapy, English language. Yeah, you're right. I'll figure it out. I was just joshing. Whoa. I'm not gonna give her a hug. I don't make physical contact with people very often.
Because things happen.
Yeah. God. I should have kept my mouth shut. Charcoal by the fire. Yeah. Dirty Smith, you thinking about fire a lot?
He's a smith.
He is a Smith. Is your last name Smith? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Actually, speak for yourself. All the time.
A better question is, Dirty Smith, when are you gonna start streaming, bro?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
We
want
wanna
to see a
see.
sword.
We wanna see.
I want to see a sword.
I wanna see you make,
A sword.
fashion me a water bear claw out of metal.
A sword. A sword. Oh, like one of
What?
those ninja
Why would you rather have a
knives.
sword than that? Come
A
on.
ninja knife.
Water bear claws? It's what he's excited about.
How much do one of these electron microscopes cost? How much do you get paid to look at this stuff? $160,000. I get, I think, $8.25 an hour. I'm kidding. No, this is his to use. Why would he get? It's his. I don't understand the question.
I get paid the same whether I look at stuff in the scanning electron microscope or not.
He is a salaried professional.
Yeah. My time is infinite.
Yeah.
I just work
All the
entirely all the time, without stop, without vacation.
Well,
And
you were gonna go to Africa, so it was gonna be a vacation.
that's not a vacation.
That's like a vacation.
That was work related.
Even if it was work related, you could have taken some time to like go out to an empty beach.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, if I'm there, I'm gonna stop and take some time.
Dirty Smith said that would be fun. Damascus water bear claws. Oh, so he's agreeing.
See?
So you will. So you're agreeing? You think you'd make water bear claws?
Did he say when he's gonna start streaming?
He did not. I'm a little. He's being what's it called?
Coy?
You avoid coy.
Yeah.
That's one word.
Mallory will watch every stream
I
if you
will.
start.
Yeah. Setting up shop. It'll be a while.
Oh.
Wasn't the shop already there? I thought you smithed already. Do all waters have water bears? Are there tropical water bears?
Yes, there are water bears that live everywhere. In fact, they find them living on criconite holes and glaciers, and they've found them in Antarctica. They've found them basically everywhere. And it's not always water environments where water bears are found. More typically, they're in what we call subaquatic environments. In other words, places where it only gets wet for a little while, like, that's why they're found in mosses and lichens. They're areas that are a little bit wetter than usual, but that aren't persistently wet. And in fact, there's also marine water bears, or water bears that live in the ocean. And I think that Pacific Plankton is on a quest to find us some marine water bears. Probably you'd have to go looking in shallow water for that, because they're not very good at swimming. And so probably not the whole ocean, but just in the shallow areas of the oceans. But you can find them everywhere. They're harder to find, I think, than people make them out to be. When I say they're everywhere, I don't mean you can just go outside and rub your face on a driveway and you'll find some.
What?
But, what's the matter?
Let the driveway on the face go, or the face on the driveway. Is
I
that
don't know
a
what you're
pea pod?
talking about.
Is that a pea pod?
I think it's a mold spore.
Oh. Okay, in a box on a rocks, Pacific Plankton gave us some Dr. Seuss.
Yeah,
Mika
excellent.
said it doesn't matter. Dev God said, are there any water bears that live in the human body? I don't think so. Why would
No, not inside your
No.
body.
That's like diatoms can't live in your body. They can die there for sure.
Right.
Trapo Geek said, I want to find tropical water bears
Well,
Got
you know
one
where to
part.
look.
in the water.
In the tropics.
Oh, go into a swamp. I'm sure there's some there.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
What of Zeus? What? God, I can't.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Just tell us, Mallory. What is it?
A lot of okay, if you get good grades and you know stuff, a lot of people
Want you do your homework. They want you
No.
to help them with their homework.
No. They don't want help on their homework. They want me to like explain something to them. Like if you're
They want to cheat from you.
No, not cheating. Like they're studying using like a study set. It's not homework or anything like that. They just want me to like explain something or the way that two things connect or whatever. And I'm like, if it's like something I spend a lot of time on, and it's something that I enjoy and I actively remember, and then I say, yeah, I can help you, then yeah, sure, whatever. But if I tell you up front, hey, I literally don't remember this, I don't remember doing it. I know how to do it. If I had time, I probably could, but I don't have time right now, and I can't really help you. And they just keep like saying like, yeah, but like, how do I do it? And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know.
I think the best response to
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is just to send them cat emotes.
Well,
Just message them back with a bunch of cat emotes.
like I was in the class. I understand the desperation because it's a hard class to understand, but you do not want you don't want the advice that I'm gonna make up on the fly because it's not educated as it
Just
should be.
just give one person who you don't particularly like the wrong advice, and then let the word spread that you don't know what you're talking about.
Rosso Foley said, "This stuff is so cool. I watch a lot of streamers on Twitch. First time being able to catch you guys live."
Oh, thank you.
So you have heard of us then.
Well, you can also watch our videos on demand. They'll stick around for a month or so after we collect them. And I sometimes stream in the evening. So if you're, for whatever reason, like you work during the day or whatever, but I don't typically stream from the Scanning Electron Microscope from night because I got a family and I got to go home and hang out with them.
That's good.
And so I will sometimes stream from the light microscope, or sometimes I'll hang out with my family and stream. My daughter likes to play Minecraft or Slime Ranchers or something like that. And she's super cute. So we will sometimes do a little night stream of that.
She's super cool.
And I think tonight we're going to do a stream with some live Waterbears. So while we were looking at some in the Scanning Electron Microscope today, their charisma is a little bit more present when they don't look like a trash bag with claws that has been, had all the air sucked out of it, which is basically what it looks like in a Scanning Electron Microscope, unless they're prepared in a very special way.
Tropical Geek says, when I came to this country, my advisor made me repeat everywhere, jet, jacket, gym, jewel.
Or else what?
Yeah. We talk, Tropical Geek, you bring up language a lot. I
Maybe
guess
they
it's
study
important.
language.
Yeah, he studies language?
I don't know.
He studies language. God, again. Emilio Bono said, a simple yet brilliant idea showing us these microscopic creatures, thank you. Yeah, I remember when he first started saying it, that he was going to start a Twitch stream, and I was like, I don't know how long, if he has enough time to do that,
I don't, typically.
He doesn't, but he does it anyway.
Yeah.
He always...
I do this for you.
He always makes it work. Tropical Geek tutoring, yes, I tutor in lower level chemistry and physics. Dirty Smith, they want more treasure tips. No, they want organic chemistry tips. Pacific Plankton, don't waste your money on snails. I did not waste it. It is a well-reviewed product, and it has been studied multiple times, and it is shown.
Wait, Pacific Plankton is telling you don't get the snail slime to put on your face?
I already ordered it. It's on the way. It's probably sitting on my doorstep right now. Stop telling me it's not.
Can we put
good.
some of the snail slime in the light microscope
If you
or
really
the
want
SEM?
to. It's derived from snail slime. It's not pure snail slime, and it's got other stuff in it too.
It's not even pure.
Well, it has the pure essence of it in it.
Essence of snail slime?
But it's not pure. It has
I
it.
do feel like it would be good for Halloween.
Supposed to put
A little bit under each, like essence of snail slime.
It doesn't have a smell.
No, I mean like if you're gonna be a witch for Halloween,
Oh,
just
yeah.
a little essence of snail slime.
I'm a witch every day.
Well,
Yeah. They're Waterbears live. Yeah, tonight. Keep it
yeah,
up.
I'll probably put some on tonight from the light microscope.
What is the holy grail of microscoping today?
Diatoms.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because our J in Spanish sounds like a Y, or since it was not natural to me. Yeah.
What are we gonna do on Saturday for the Halloween stream?
I bought some gourds. I've been letting some spiders grow spider webs in my house.
So we're gonna put some spider web on the SEM.
Some gourd stuff.
Some gourds.
Some
like
gourd
the
innards.
internal parts of gourds.
I could pick up a fall leaf.
And are we gonna try to put a spider?
Yeah, if I catch a spider, I'll
Can we
catch
just
it.
find a dead spider?
I have some dead ants in my apartment.
I don't want ants.
I probably have a dead spider on my porch. They're out there. Mallory, do you need a binder with brain structures pictures from neuroanatomy? I don't need it, but it'd be cool to have. So sure, yeah. Have, because you are so old and wrinkly, you need slime.
Yeah.
I'm doing
wrinkly.
preventative measures because I am a little narcissistic about my looks.
A
so-
little.
Oh! Rude. You look like 15. I want to stay looking 15.
Yeah.
I lost you.
She's
You
looking
lost
for
me.
she's looking for the kind of guy who likes a 15-year-old girl.
Rosso Foley said I bought it for my wife. Some Korean skincare stuff. I don't know if it's Korean because the thing on the bottle is English, but yeah, I saw a bunch of reviews online for it, and I was looking for a cheap serum. So your wife is awesome. Keep it up, wife. Could you put some kind of bone under the microscope?
Absolutely.
Do you have bone?
No, but we could get bone material from like ham
Hold on.
bones or chicken bones.
Yeah, you said chicken or rib.
I mean, that would be easy to do.
Where would you get?
Oh, I've also got like some skeletons of former students in my backyard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we probably could get some animal bones pretty
Cargo
easily.
Cult says diatoms, what makes them important? You did not say that to the right person.
They're not important.
They're
Don't
not-
worry
yeah,
about them.
We don't know anything about that.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, there's nothing important about diatoms.
Yeah. It's like not. You wouldn't even like study them really. There's nothing. Everything about them is known.
Yep. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You're new here, so I'll tell you. The joke is that that's his whole field of study. They're very important. They make 1/4 of every breath of oxygen that we take. That wasn't good grammar, but
Close enough.
yeah. They're everywhere. They're super important. That's a joke. Just so you don't feel left out. Just want you to know. Ballerberg, well, Tropical Geek says, ew. Yeah, ew. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not embarrassed about it.
What aren't you embarrassed about?
They're still talking about the slime.
Oh, okay.
Ballerberg 9005 says, are the girls your kids?
Yeah, they're my science kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
With my...
This is my Funkle.
This is my science family.
This is my Funkle. He's a fun uncle.
No, these are students in my lab. So
No.
Mallory is a junior
Yes.
and Eleanor is a freshman in college. And they are studying in my lab and doing research in my lab.
At least some teeth from those student skellies.
Yeah.
They can have my teeth. I don't need them.
Oh, let's just take some of your teeth now.
Yeah, I don't need them.
We can do that. We can collect it live on the show.
Yeah,
I'd
that'd be good.
probably break some sort of term of service issue, though, if we took your teeth out.
You put chicken bones on top of the microscope when it doesn't work. Yeah, I call
That's
him
a good idea.
Well, I call him my fun uncle because he's a fun uncle. They're asking what funkle means.
I do not believe you because I am in no way fun.
Cause he's like my science dad, right?
That's better.
But I think funkle sounds funnier. So that's the whole reason, actually.
I'm more like a no funkle.
How long does it take to scan with your microscope? What do you miss using this as opposed to live samples? Well, you miss,
Nothing moves.
and the shape. Sometimes things will lose their shape.
Yeah, because it happens in a vacuum and everything's coated with gold. You kill whatever it is that goes in there, basically. So it's not going to move. And also, one of the things that was sort of limited by is, we're good at seeing things that are really small within a certain range. But when things are kind of bigger, they won't fit in the scanning electron microscope chamber. So it has to have sort of the right size dimensions such that it fits in the chamber, and also then, needs to be magnified. So there's not much that really fits into that category, but like if we wanted to look at something large, like...
Dirty Smith is looking forward to the Halloween stream, and Cargo Cult 55 wants you to tell more about diatoms because they are new.
Oh,
Oh, check this out for more on diatoms, and then you sent diatoms.org.
who did that?
Pacific Plankton did.
Oh.
Shout out Pacific Plankton. Shout out Pacific Plankton.
At least
Shout
I
out
have
Pacific Plankton.
at least I have one good moderator.
To be fair, I did just shout out Pacific Plankton, so I did.
Okay.
I am a good moderator. I feel like for every year that I am younger than all the other moderators, all the years combined, I should get, um, bonus points.
And what are you going to use the bonus points for? Haven't thought this through very much, have you?
No, I just got to the bonus points. I kind of like the idea of getting free stuff.
I'm going to give you 1,000 bonus points just for that.
Yeah.
I don't know what they used for, and neither do you.
She used bonus points for snail slime.
Yeah.
I should have
Spend it all on
kept
snail
my
slime.
mouth shut. I should have kept my mouth shut.
It's not really something that you're good at.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. You got me there. Are you looking for stuff in the little depths of the corn husks?
Yeah, that's where I've gone.
Interesting. Well, you found a bug that one time. Look all
We have
stupid.
some more samples that are probably, but that was on the other slide. It was on the Tardigrade slide.
Oh, why'd you stop on that one? Because you couldn't find them?
No, because I wanted to look at the stuff that was on this one.
Oh.
We have it's 3 o'clock. We've been streaming for 2 hours.
We've been streaming for 1 hour and 46 minutes.
Okay, Mom.
Has anyone ever heard of sodium alginate? I know what sodium is.
So, for the person who politely asked me about diatoms are a type of microscopic golden brown algae. They make a skeleton out of silica, and they create something like 40% of our ocean's productivity and about 25% of the oxygen in the atmosphere today. And they have an extremely high diversity of forms and environments that they live in. And I use them mostly for reconstructing past environments, like past drought, beyond the instrumental record, where we don't have any other way of determining what was going on back then other than looking at fossils. So because they have a silica skeleton, I can use them to actually reconstruct water conditions in the past. And they're sensitive to a very wide range of things, including pH, salinity, nutrients, depth, and metals, and some other chemicals that are in the environment. And so we use them to reconstruct things like lake mixing, lake level, drought, and then these things are often tied together to teleconnective processes, like ENSO, or Pacific Decadal Oscillation, or Atlantic Multi-Decadal Oscillation. And as a result, we can use them to predict and determine things about past climate. And I also use them for really ancient materials. We look at, my lab specializes in looking diatoms from East Africa, trying to use them to reconstruct human migration patterns and what might be driving evolution. They're used for a pretty wide range of things. Most people haven't heard of them, or if they have, they've heard of diatomite or diatomaceous earth, which they think is mostly used to get rid of slugs from their garden, and it is useful for that, but primarily, and also as filter for beer or pools. But they have many other more valuable characteristics for me.
Dell said, let's talk soon about how to pack a sample for shipping. I wonder if a hydra would survive being prepared and subjected to a vacuum. Probably not. They look a little sticky.
It's probably going to look like the water bear did. It'll look like an outline, like somebody murdered the hydra, and then we would still be able to see the skin texture probably. And that's good, because I need to also send you some of those plankton nets that I have. What are you studying in geology?
Right now, it's nuclear energy.
Nuclear energy.
They're frail.
Easy.
And I don't think they'd survive a vacuum.
Easy mode. They wouldn't survive, but they might still be something we could look at.
Cool.
So, and then you could also send me some of your diatom samples, or samples with diatoms in them, and I can prepare them for you for if you want some prepared slides.
Nematocysts might survive, question mark.
We probably could look at a nematocyst. I mean, they would be present like the little bear claws. I mean, they've got like a sort of a spine on them, right? They use to stick into things.
We'll talk later. That's what he said.
Yeah, let's talk later.
Hey, cargo cult? Question mark. Are you into like cargo shorts or something? Are you like?
You have a cult
are you
associated
super
with?
into, like,
Are you into cults?
What about? How do you feel about khakis?
It's a good question.
They sometimes use sodium. Mel doesn't know about cargo cults. Am I supposed to know what that means?
Clearly, somebody thinks you should.
Do you know what it means?
No.
I
Yeah,
don't know
see,
what
it's
it
not
means.
important if he doesn't know what it means. They
I mean-
sometimes use sodium alginate in culinary arts. It's interesting because it can absorb up to 15 to 20 times their own weight of liquid, but it also can be used to create nanoparticle-sized spheroids filled with whatever liquid they absorb. No cargo shorts. It's a funny term involving planes made of straw. Cargo cult. If I pull up some weird stuff, I'll be not happy. A cargo cult is a millenarian belief system in which adherents practice rituals which they believe will cause a more technologically advanced society to deliver goods. These cults were first described in Melanesia in the wake of contact with Western military forces during the Second World War. What?
Let's see. Well, I think we're probably reaching the end of the stream, and we're getting to the point where we need to start thinking about who we might raid. And also, I thought I would blow up some of these photos that we took so you can get a good, clear view of them. And then I'm just going to bounce through them once more. So for people out there who didn't get to see or came a little bit late, this is some moss material that we collected an image from. These are water bear, the front two claws, and these are the back claws, the back two claws of a water bear. This is a close-up of one of the front claws. That's obviously the head of a water bear with the sort of mouth parts.
Ooh.
And there's the overview of the entire water bear in the scanning electron microscope. It looks like the flag of California, honestly.
I'm sorry?
And here's a nice close-up of the water bear's mouth. You can see it has these sort of little nubs around the inside that it uses to, pull stuff into its mouth. And there's a water bear in its ton state. Looks not nearly as interesting looking. They roll up into a little ball like this, and then if we would just add water, basically it would come back to life from that. Here's some more lichen material and some mosses as an image that we collected, and we're back to where we started. Let's see, what do we have? What's going on? Are we talking about movies again, or books, or something?
She's talking about Island of the Sequined Love Nun, which I find interesting because I don't know what to make of the name. It sounds like a dime novel or like one of those, what do they call them, bodice ripper novels or whatever.
A what?
A bodice ripper.
A bodice ripper?
Yeah, it's like those novels that are like in CVS. They're like really thick, like really big books, and the front picture is just a guy with his shirt like half torn off and a lady like standing right next to him. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The book's at Goodwill.
Yeah. Shit. Bodice ripper book.
Oh, doesn't sound like my kind of book, honestly.
It's like this kind of thing.
Oh god.
Hot.
They just look. They all look like they
Super
were made
hot.
from the same '80s movie.
Well,
You've never heard that term, really?
bodice ripper?
You've never heard the term?
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's
Not my
Choose-
style.
Choose your own adventure of romance.
Definitely not my style.
It's funny. You see them in the thrift store book section. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Sometimes they're called dime novels.
Yeah. Romance novel, I think they called them back in my day.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't.
It's romance.
They're like not even real characters. It's the same people.
Ladies.
Ladies, what's good?
Yeah. Definitely.
Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio, for sure.
Fabio.
Listen to Tardigrade.
I like the ones where it's like, like they have like these dinosaur people romance ones. The covers of those always look really exciting to
The
me.
one where it's like a dinosaur. My
Hey,
brother,
it's Sarah Dance Painter
Hi, Sarah
with
Dance.
Doritos and Mr. Mustachio.
my brother was on. He has like really long blonde hair. He was on a
Like Fabio?
Well, listen, he was on the baseball team, and they all got nicknames, to build, I don't know, camaraderie. His was Fabio, and he has little like wrist warmers or whatever.
Reptilian Romance. Thanks, Dirty. That's what it's called.
He has like a wrist warmer thing that has like Fabio and yellow puffy paint on it,
God.
and he kept it up. It's so funny.
Excellent. Well, I looked around at the people that I follow to see if there was anyone online, and it's just Numb the Geek. Only Numb the Geek and Monterey Aquarium, which we rated last time.
Well, what are they showing though?
Numb the Geek?
Yeah. No, the thing.
Book your non-flight today. I don't know what they're showing.
I want to see a dolphin. I want to see a dolphin ad.
Oh, a penguin cam?
Cargo Colt said thank you for the stream. Dirty Smith said thank you for the stream. Sarah Dance Painter said Critter Vision. What's Critter Vision? But
I
if you're
don't know. It
non-flight
says
today,
penguin
it's
cam.
Turtles and Chill. Oh yeah, I like Turtles and Chill. They're pretty cool. I've stared at them for like 10 minutes.
I'm not gonna raid turtles.
Why not?
No way.
What?
I'd rather raid Numb the Geek. He's a person.
Monster
Oh, they do
Yak.
have penguins there.
Oh, Monterey Aquarium. I thought it said Monster Yak.
Monster Yak. That makes sense.
Dude, does that one have an egg or something? What's he doing?
It's just hanging out. Don't judge it.
Look at that one in the water. He's freaking out. Look at him.
All right, let's.
He's like,
Who's
Oh.
up now?
if you want to do music, I know a music stream. And then he said, never mind. And then Sarah Dance Painter just did.
Let's just go for Numb the Geek, because we haven't rated him in a little while.
Numb the Geek, my team.
No critters on there right now. Yeah.
Rate a nuclear physicist.
Well, I don't have any nuclear physicists that I follow.
My friend is a nuclear physicist.
Are they on Twitch?
In training. No, I don't think he knows what that is.
See?
La-da-dee,
If I browse science and technology,
Kitchen confidence.
I don't see anything great. Our Chicken Life. Coding things. 24/7 kitten cam. I don't think so.
Yeah, come on.
I got one of those at home.
I'm gonna kidnap.
Interactive coin push.
Microcontroller Arduino.
How's that science and technology?
Well, what's that? Is that marijuana plant?
Yeah?
Yeah.
24/7 medicinal cannabis growing.
How many people are
Watch
doing
it grow.
Yeah, who doesn't want to watch plants grow?
Our chicken life is pretty good.
See?
Ooh,
Get a taste of
farmhouse.
zoo life. Toronto Zoo
What?
is a Toronto Zoo.
I don't want just like a camera pointing at
Is
nothing.
that Animal Crossing? What is that?
Animal Crossing? What are you talking about?
Hey,
Here?
you should rate the first one. What happens if we rate ourselves?
I don't think we can raid ourselves.
Well,
That's a good question, though.
That's a matter of opinion.
I don't think it is.
Well,
Let's just go get Numb the Geek.
yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah. Let's do it.
The chickens are pretty set up.
Raid and Numb the Geek. Bloop. We'll go visit my friend Numb the Geek. And he's also OpenSet's friend. So,
Yeah, we should rate ourselves.
Raidception.
Marine mammal rescuer. I would love to.
Okay.
I wanted to be a marine biologist,
Well, I would like to thank
like George Costanza.
my helpers. Eleanor and Mallory today, who, I don't know, I guess they entertain you. Did you entertain them?
I didn't do any whoop whoops. I just kind of just.
Yeah,
She
there
didn't
weren't any
whoop whoop or
followers.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired.
Did we
today,
get any
So I feel like I
followers?
wasn't.
I don't know. I didn't see any followers.
did
I
not
wasn't
see
getting any
why
messages.
you didn't do any?
Okay, so, and I'll probably be back on later tonight. So if you want to see some live Waterbears, I'll probably do that. So check us out. And also, we'll be back on Saturday from 1 to 3 with our Halloween raid. Our Halloween stream, I mean. And at least one of us will be wearing a
Oh,
costume.
Cargo Cult followed. Thank you for the follow, Cargo Cult. Sorry, we
Hey.
didn't see it.
Woo woo!
Okay,
Got him.
let's go. We'll go raid right now. So thanks everybody, and also thanks to Dell and Pacific Plankton and all of my Microscope streaming squad. You should give them a follow.
Oh, and you can join our Discord.
And you could join the Discord if we could figure out how to make the Discord link work.
It should work. Oh, Adele said a heart. Heart eyes. Oh, we got thrown. Snickers. I love Snickers.